Have you ever wondered why fear can make us freeze, run, or make decisions we later regret? Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden secrets of the human mind and explain psychology in ways anyone can understand. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a deep dive into your brain's mysterious wiring. Today, we're exploring why fear controls human behavior, how it shapes our choices, and the invisible forces driving our instincts. So stay tuned, because understanding fear might just change the way you think about your daily life forever. 1. The survival instinct trigger. Fear starts in the brain as an automatic survival mechanism designed to protect us from danger, and it activates the amygdala, which signals our body to prepare for fight, flight, or freeze, making heart rate spike and senses sharpen. Even when danger is imagined, our brain reacts as if it's real, and this response shapes decisions in ways we rarely notice. Fear strengthens memory for threats, ensuring that we remember dangerous situations to avoid them in the future. It makes small risks feel enormous and often overrides logical thinking. People avoid new experiences because fear tells them it's unsafe. Social pressures amplify fear responses. Fear can manipulate perception, making harmless stimuli appear threatening. Fear is also learned through observation and culture, passing protective behaviors across generations. It makes us cling to routines and comfort zones. Our brain prioritizes safety over curiosity. Stress hormones flood the body during fear. Reaction times increase for survival tasks. Fear drives avoidance patterns in relationships. It alters risk assessment, making rational choices harder. Awareness of fear triggers can reduce their power over us. Fear can also create vivid mental scenarios of worst-case outcomes, magnifying anxiety. It sometimes encourages over-preparation for unlikely events. Chronic fear reshapes neural pathways, reinforcing worry loops. Fear responses can be contagious in groups, spreading tension quickly. Recognizing physiological signs of fear helps in managing panic. Mindful techniques can rewire fear reactions over time. 2. Social influence of fear. Humans are wired to respond to the emotions of others, and fear is contagious, spreading through groups like wildfire and shaping collective behavior in communities and societies. Political messaging, media, and peer pressure can amplify fear for control or influence. When people see others afraid, their brains interpret signals as threats and adapt behavior accordingly. Fear of judgment or rejection keeps people conforming to social norms even when they conflict with personal values. Group dynamics magnify panic, as seen in crowds or during crises. Social fear shapes career choices, relationships, and even consumer behavior. The brain seeks approval and safety within groups. Fear messaging can trigger stress responses without real danger. Social media intensifies fear loops with constant alerts. People develop habits to avoid social risks. Fear of missing out drives decisions in subtle ways. Cultural narratives and fear-based lessons. Fear influences moral and ethical choices subconsciously. Collective fear can escalate rapidly. Understanding this can help break manipulation cycles. The brain uses social cues to predict threats. Awareness allows conscious override of irrational fears. Fear can also strengthen in-group loyalty, making outsiders seem more threatening. It encourages mimicry of cautious behaviors in social settings. Rumors and misinformation exploit social fear. Shared anxiety can alter memory and perception within groups. Observing brave role models can reduce social fear contagion. Recognizing these dynamics allows better navigation of social pressures and manipulation. 3. Cognitive bias reinforcement. Fear exploits cognitive biases, twisting perception so the mind focuses on threats while ignoring positive outcomes, creating a distorted view of reality. The availability bias makes dramatic or recent dangers seem more likely than they are. Confirmation bias ensures people seek information that confirms fears and ignore evidence to the contrary. Fear locks attention on worst-case scenarios. Risk is overestimated and safety underestimated. Anxiety can paralyze decision-making. Fear primes the brain to remember negative experiences vividly. People make defensive choices that feel rational, but are actually avoidance. Fear exaggerates uncertainty and probability judgments. Catastrophizing becomes automatic. Overthinking is a survival remnant amplified by fear. Avoiding challenges reinforces fear-driven thinking. Fear changes priorities and focus. It encourages conservative choices over innovation. Emotional memory strengthens fear biases. Being aware helps retrain thought patterns. Fear can make imagined threats feel as real as actual ones. It intensifies perceived dangers in familiar situations. Cognitive shortcuts strengthen fear loops. Fear can bias interpretation of neutral events. People underestimate their resilience. Recognizing biases allows reframing of risks and reduces irrational fear. 4. Fear and decision paralysis. Fear often creates indecision by overloading the brain with threat assessments, leaving the mind frozen and unable to act, even when action is necessary. People hesitate in important life choices, careers, and relationships because fear of mistakes dominates. Perceived consequences loom larger than actual ones. Risk aversion becomes a default mode. Brain circuits for anxiety compete with logic circuits, slowing processing. Fear makes leaving comfort zones painful. Decision fatigue multiplies when fear dominates thinking. Avoidance becomes habitual, reinforcing fear. Fear-driven overplanning prevents action. Subconscious fear triggers sabotage goals. Anticipatory anxiety magnifies minor issues. Self-doubt rises and confidence falls. Fear exaggerates responsibility for negative outcomes. Awareness of fear's grip allows for deliberate action. Repetition and exposure weaken fear's hold. Positive reinforcement can retrain decision-making. Paralysis can extend to everyday minor choices, slowing productivity. Fear can cause procrastination to feel justified. Hesitation may be misinterpreted as wisdom. Understanding triggers helps regain control. Small wins counter fear-based avoidance patterns. Mindful reflection allows separation of rational judgment from fear response. 5. The long-term behavioral imprint. Repeated fear experiences leave lasting imprints on behavior, personality, and lifestyle choices, shaping long-term habits and outlooks. Traumatic events or chronic fear reinforce avoidance, hypervigilance, and safety-seeking behavior. These imprints alter the nervous system, increasing stress hormone responses even to minor triggers. Fear-based memories are vivid and persistent, influencing judgment and social interactions. Avoidance patterns can limit opportunities for growth. Fear modifies risk tolerance and resilience. It impacts creativity, exploration, and relationship building. The brain encodes fear as lessons to prevent harm, sometimes overcorrecting. Self-esteem can be undermined by internalized fears. Chronic fear alters neuroplasticity and learning. Coping mechanisms develop in response to past fears. Emotional regulation is challenged. Mindfulness and awareness can weaken fear's control. Behavioral interventions help retrain the brain. Awareness of these patterns empowers proactive change. Fear may be a powerful force controlling your thoughts, decisions, and even your everyday life. But understanding how it works gives you the power to reclaim control and make smarter choices. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get more mind-expanding insights into human behavior, psychology, and how your brain really works. Join our community of curious minds who are learning to master fear instead of being controlled by it.